Hi, welcome to Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants. I'm your host, Ginger T. Rex. And today my guest on the show is Pat Keene, joining us for a third season. She's coming to us from the Artichoke Cafe and Farina Pizzeria. Last time she was on the show, she made a delicious prosciutto pasta dish that was outstanding. So I can't wait to see what she's going to cook for us today. But before we get to that, let's go take a look at the restaurant.
Great food, wine, friends, and fun all come together at the Artichoke Cafe. This fine restaurant offers a robust menu and an extraordinary dining experience. You'll know you're in the right place from the moment you walk through the door. The upscale ambiance is chic, yet charming and inviting, and the service impeccable. Executive Chef Pat Keene and her husband are passionate about providing the best of everything to their guests. Their seasonal menu offers a mix of French, Italian, and creative American dishes that all start with the finest and freshest ingredients. The Artichoke Cafe's passion and dedication to wine has earned the Wine Spectator Award for Excellence every year since 2005. For lunch or dinner, count on an enjoyable and memorable dining experience time and time again at the Artichoke Cafe. Well, Pat, I think one of the joys in the lives of every one of our viewers should be to come to the Artichoke Cafe and enjoy a great meal, because it's really terrific.
Well,
here.
thank you.
And thanks for having us back this year.
It's my pleasure.
It's wonderful to be here. Tell us a little bit about the Artichoke Cafe.
Well, my husband Terry and I opened the Artichoke. It's going to be almost 22 years now that we've since we opened, and we call ourselves casual fine dining. It's really nice, fresh food. In fact, I think some of the best the city has to offer. But it's in a relaxed, casual bistro atmosphere, so it's not stuffy. So that's how I would describe it.
And the opportunity to explore, if you will, a lot of different kind of foods is really fun here too. For instance, you're having
what this is on our lunch menu. It's a Greek lamb salad, and which is Mediterranean. We do a lot of Mediterranean. We use French cooking techniques, but we do a lot of Italian, Mediterranean. We even do some Asian food. So it's we have a lot of flexibility as to what we can do here, and I like that. We're not pigeonholed into one kind of cuisine.
And I can tell you that the salmon here is incredible. I love the scallops wrapped in bacon.
Right.
One of my favorites on the menu.
Well, we do salmon differently every day. We always have it on the menu, and what I love about it is we change the preparation every day. So it gives you a chance to, if you love salmon, just have a different dish every time you come.
And it's always a treat with the artichoke appetizer and the 3 different dipping sauces you have here. I'm addicted to the raspberry.
Right.
I think it's just awesome. It's really
We've had
incredible.
that on the menu since we opened, and it's not going to change. It's always going to be there.
Good to know that. And you have a new addition now to the Artichoke Cafe family, Farina's Pizzeria. Tell us a little bit about Farina.
Well, Farina is conveniently located right across the street from Artichoke. So now we have 2 restaurants within walking distance of each other. And it's really filled a great niche for us because it's a little bit lower priced, more casual. It's very Italian. It's gourmet pizza with other Italian specialties. And it's a very lively atmosphere. It gets noisy at times because it's always so busy, but it's a lot of fun. Our customers really do like it. We have people that come to both restaurants regularly.
I know I've told everybody that's within shouting distance of me how great the pizza is there, and our crew loves the pizza at Farina's. So it's definitely a place that you want to try. And
right.
I'm going to dig in here in a minute. I also have a prickly pear
mojito. Yes.
That I'm going to be sampling here too.
That's
and
right.
I think with that, it's time to get you on the road. And hey, Ginger, are you all ready to have Pat come down and start cooking with you?
Well, Richard, I'm ready. So send Pat down here. Pat, come on down and let's get cooking. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break.
Hi, I'm Mike Williams with Builder Source Appliance Gallery. Welcome to today's show. We're going to be cooking in our fine Sub-Zero Wolf kitchen today, featuring Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is all about the fit and the finish, with nice cabinetry in the front that just allows the refrigerator to blend right into the kitchen cabinetry. But you have under-counter refrigeration products that allows you to have much more countertop space that gives you a lot of room either in a single refrigerator or even refrigerator drawers. We also feature Wolf Cooking, which is the finest cooktop on the market today. All cooktops give you good BTUs on high, but few of them give you the control that you have with Wolf on low simmer. And all chefs we know love Wolf Cooking. Wolf ovens give you the finest controllability inside the oven with dual convection. You'll find all of the Sub-Zero Wolf products in our displays in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Las Cruces, and now in El Paso.
Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is brought to you in part by Sub-Zero Wolf Appliances, leaders in refrigeration and cooking.
Welcome. We're coming to you from Albuquerque, and we are in Builder's Source Appliance Gallery. And I'm with Pat Keene, owner and chef of the Artichoke Cafe and Farina Pizzeria.
That's right.
Last time you were on the show, you made a yummy pasta dish for me.
Oh yes, that's right.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And you have another dish you brought today that is kind of traditional comfort food.
Yes, French.
Yeah.
Right. Today we're making potato leek soup, otherwise known as vichyssoise. When it's hot, it's potato leek soup. When it's cold, it's vichyssoise.
I'm nodding like I know that, but I didn't know that. She told me before this.
It's
before
a
we started.
classic. It's very, very classic French. So
Okay.
you think it's real fancy and hard to make.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to do this to show people how easy it is to make this soup, and you probably have everything in your house that, you know, to make it today.
Yeah, these
More than
ingredients are
likely.
not exotic or
Very
hard to come by.
simple, not a lot of ingredients. But being French, we're going to start with butter. And we have our
course.
pan heating up.
Okay, and these ingredients can be found on our website on southwesthotchefs.com, so you can try to make your own vichyssoise.
That's right.
Is there a tutorial on how to say it too? Or just to make it?
No, just make it.
Just to make it.
But we also have a link on our website to these videos.
Yeah, if you go to
Right,
artichoke.com, artichokecafe.com,
Right.
you have a link to the tutorials. This is your third season on the show.
That's right.
And it shows the other dishes you've made with us on the show.
Right, for the first 2 seasons.
And people could try to
as
make
well
them at
as
home.
these cooking
That helps someone like me
segments, too.
because, yeah, ingredients and a recipe is one thing, but to watch someone make it and to cook with you,
I think so.
It's a
Yeah.
higher level of instruction than just reading it yourself.
Yeah, I think so. It just kind of takes the mysterious quality out of a recipe if you watch someone make it, and you see that really cooking is kind of easy for the most part. So our butter is melting here, and I have the big ingredient in this dish is onions. And leeks are very important because they're sweet. So I have a mixture of 3 kinds of onions here. Leeks, green onions, and white onion.
Okay.
All chopped.
And leeks, you say they're sweet.
Yes, they are. They add a lot of sweetness to a dish. So they're really nice to put in soups and stews. They're great in any kind of a chicken soup or you know, some kind of lighter stews.
Yep.
I really love to cook with leeks. And they're not, you know, the only thing about them is that you have to soak them and get the dirt out of them.
Okay.
Because they tend to be a little sandy.
Oh, that's a good thing.
But that's easy to do. You just cut them in half and lengthwise and let them soak in a pot of water.
Okay.
And then if they're very dirty, just rinse them more.
All right,
until
I didn't
you
know
get. So what we're going to do is we're
And
going
if
to
it's
cook.
still in there, you could just tell people it's pepper. And they can just shake
I
that off.
guess so. We're just going to let these onions get soft.
Okay.
We don't want them to brown.
All right.
Right? So, and that'll take about probably, 5 minutes.
All right. Okay.
Or less. It doesn't, they're going to cook in the broth too, so it isn't really crucial that they're really cooked down. We just want some of the sweetness to come out of them, and the best way to do that is to really get them coated with the water and heat it up. You can smell. There's nothing better. Onions smell great when they're cooking. So now we have 3 pounds of russet potatoes that were peeled and chopped into about 1/2-inch pieces.
Okay.
So that's a lot of potatoes, but that's what's going to cause the soup to be nice and thick. So we're going to turn our heat up just a little bit now.
Great.
And again, we just want to toss all the ingredients. We're not out to brown the potatoes.
If it starts
or
browning,
anything
your
like
heat is
that.
probably too high, or you've not stirred it enough.
Yeah, there's probably enough moisture in here that it won't happen.
All right.
And the next is 4 cups of chicken stock.
All right.
And if you make your own chicken stock, that's great. If you use some kind of a...
People make their own chicken stock. Who are these people?
Not too many people.
Don't they have laundry to do? I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, well, you know, there's really good chicken stock out there.
Yeah.
So there's nothing.
Did I offend you? Do you make your own chicken stock?
No, actually, I buy organic chicken stock and keep it in the house all the time.
Okay.
Now at the restaurant, we do make all of our own stocks because it's a more efficient thing to do. It's less costly, and we get to use, you know, in a kitchen, you want to be very frugal. So if you're butchering chicken for a, you know, main dish, center of the plate item, you want to keep all those parts of the chicken and use it for chicken stock.
Yeah.
Same thing with your beef. You take your beef scraps and bones after you've butchered meat and veal or whatever, and you make stock with that.
Yeah,
and
that's
even
so
vegetables. We take our onions, skins, and carrot tops and things like that, and use that in vegetable stock.
Wow.
So that's the way you have economies. The next thing is
At the
4
Artichoke
cups
Cafe,
of water.
You aren't being wasteful.
No.
So 4 cups of water.
4 cups of water for equal amounts water and chicken stock. But you just want it covered nicely. And if you want it richer, use all chicken stock.
Okay. So we need to let this, I guess, simmer for a while.
That's right.
So
yeah.
So we're gonna let that simmer, and when we come back, I'm gonna show you a cool trick on this Wolf cooktop that you're not gonna want to miss.
All right.
Thanks for rejoining us. I'm with Pat Keene, chef owner of the Artichoke Cafe and Farina Pizzeria, and I promised you I'd show you a trick. Now you can come down to Builder Source Appliance Gallery in Albuquerque, which is where we are, and if you ask to see the Wolf Sub-Zero Kitchen, you can check this out. Hopefully someone a little more advanced in this can demonstrate it than I can, but we're making this potato leek soup. So if you're cooking your soup on a high temp like that and you want to put it down in a simmer, there's a whole different burner. See, it lights that lower burner and it goes down to the simmer that is just so subtle, so low. Would that work for this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, you know, if you want to just keep your soup warm after it's cooked, this is perfect. Or stew that's slow cooking, beans, whatever. It's a great feature.
Yeah,
it
that
really
is cool. Okay, so catch us up. How long did we cook the potatoes and the leeks and the onions for?
We cooked the potatoes and the onions for approximately half an hour, and it's still, as you can see, it's real soft. The potatoes are starting to break down. The onions have almost disappeared, but it's still chunky, and we want it smooth.
Okay.
So you could do 2 different things. You could take the soup out in batches and puree it in a blender, and then return it to the pot.
All right.
Or this is kind of a handy little appliance, and they're very readily available anywhere, but it's called an immersion blender.
Okay.
And we use really big ones at the restaurant. They're really, really
For the large
powerful.
quantities you make in a
But
restaurant.
for the home cook, you can put this right in your pot, and it'll only take you a few minutes.
It's chopping all those chunks of potato.
That's right.
And
It's
meat.
chopping all the solids in there and emulsifying it at the same time into the liquid. And look at that, it's so thick.
Yeah, you can
You've
see it's completely different
we haven't
consistency.
there's no flour in this. There's, that's the beauty of potatoes in soup. When you do use a potato in soup, I mean, you can almost replace you know, starch of any other kind.
Because the potatoes provide that.
That's
it really,
right.
it
Look
really
how nice,
thickened up.
that's a perfect consistency already without doing anything else. And so when we add our cream, it's just for richness. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got a blender or a reprocessor, you could use that. But
but
that's a cool gadget.
It is, because you know you're not using everything's
One pot.
in one pot,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Okay, so we have our soup on low.
Okay.
It was going pretty, you know, it was rolling boil there for a while, and it's time to add cream to the soup.
And that's
because
heavy
the
cream.
cooking is pretty much done. This is heavy cream. And you don't want to scorch heavy cream, so you don't want to add it you know, when you still have a lot of cooking to do. And that goes with all cream soups, whether you're making a cream of mushroom or a cream of broccoli or whatever. But you have to be very careful with milk and cream.
I notice you're not just dumping it in, you're slowly pouring it and stirring it.
Yes, I'm looking, and you know, maybe at some point in time just realizing that, you know, that was enough. You can kind of eyeball it. I've already added some salt and white pepper. You don't want to add black pepper because it'll ruin the look of the soup.
Yep.
But
or like I said, my 5-year-old will see a little speck of black pepper and she'll say, I'm not going to eat that now.
That's right.
But white pepper, you get all the flavor and none of the color.
Right. But that's pretty much it. See how easy? It's ready to go.
Yeah.
We're ready to...
I think I prefer the look with the cream. I like
yeah,
the cream
it is pretty,
That's
isn't
really,
it?
Yeah.
It kind of has...
Rich, but...
What's kind of nice, it has kind of a light green, you know, creamy look to it. And then, of course, we want to garnish it, but we'll get to that in a minute. Wow, we just ladle it into our bowls. If you were doing a dinner party, you could even put this soup in a beautiful soup tureen on the table to make it fancy. But when you're just, or you could just, you know, serve at the table. Now there's two, you would definitely want to garnish the soup.
Okay.
Because it's kind of boring looking, isn't it? So we could do one of two things.
Looks yummy to me, Pat. I don't know. I'm ready to try some.
We have some chopped herbs here, which is good. But another way to really do it a little fancier is to make a fresh herb oil. And the rest, this is on the recipe too, which is on the website.
It's on southwesthotchefs.com. And you made this then? You didn't purchase this? You
made
it with...
I made this. I blanched basil and parsley.
All right.
And it doesn't have anything else, no garlic or anything like that. Of course, you could add it if you wanted, but if it's just an herb oil, you don't want to do that.
And then a good flavored olive oil.
Right.
Really
and a really nice
flavorful
olive oil. But we're just gonna kind of...
Okay, now that looks like something you would get in Artichoke Cafe.
That's right.
Just the addition of that looks like something you might order.
What we're doing here is kind of painting our plate in a way, or painting the soup. So that's that.
Yum.
And we're ready to taste.
Okay. Do you want to? Can we add the herbs, or what do you think? Are we good with just this?
I would just do that. One or the other.
One or the other.
Not both.
Okay. Not both. I can get a little carried away sometimes, Pat. You got to keep your eye on me. Wow, creamy, mild onion flavor, very subtle.
Right.
The addition of the herbs, it's extremely subtle, but just complements it well. Like a good marrying of that fresh herb taste.
Right.
I love that. That is really good.
Yeah, and like I said, if you put this in the refrigerator, you could eat it cold the next day, or if it's summertime and you don't want to serve a hot soup. So it's a really versatile dish to have in your repertoire.
And easy to make.
And
like
you saw
said,
how easy and quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making this for me today.
You're welcome. It was fun.
Try some.
Okay.
When I have friends come in from out of town, family, we always go to the Artichoke. It's a great place to celebrate special occasions.
Well, they say the third time is the charm, and this is the third time the Artichoke Cafe and Farina have joined us on Southwest.
Right.
I'm so glad you came back.
Oh, I am too. It was fun.
It was fun.
It's getting a little easier every time.
Yeah, we're getting a little, we're getting to know each other pretty well. It's getting really comfortable.
Right. Yes, and I just want to remind everybody to come down and see us at the Artichoke Cafe in Farina. We're on the corner of Central and Edith in the Edo neighborhood. We have private dining rooms at the Artichoke. We may soon have one at Farina too. We got our fingers crossed that that'll happen this year. So we also do catering. So they can come and eat at the restaurants, or we can come to them.
Yep, try it out. And if you want to try out the recipes we made on today's show, go to southwesthotchefs.com. And please join us again next week for another delicious episode of Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants. My guest today is Pat Keene with the Artichoke Cafe and Farina Pizzeria. Last time she was on the show, she made a delicious prosciutto. I can't say that word. Prosciutto.
3, 2, 1.
Wait a minute. It's a dish from Farina Pizzeria. And, you know, stuff like that. Welcome to Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants. That's weird. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Is this weird? Sorry. I got a weird hand motion. Just kidding. All right.
Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is brought to you in part by Heritage Hotels and Resorts, You're somewhere special. Robin West, an independent stylist for Stella & Dot Jewelry. Via Miriam Coffee, the official coffee of Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants. And Builder Source Appliance Galleries, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Las Cruces, and El Paso. Southwest Hot Chefs and Restaurants is produced by Cliff Dweller Productions.